we don't really work with companies that are just out there to build housing. We work with companies that are using housing, thinking about housing in a way that's really trying to shift lives.
The Housing Venture Lab is an incubator for early-stage housing ventures at the intersection of affordability, sustainability, and accessibility to help them grow and scale.
We're really trying to find companies that strike a balance of doing something that's very mission relevant and likely to be highly impactful, that has a clear business plan and theory of change for scaling up. They have some sort of proof of concept or pilot, but they're not baked, and that they're at a place where they could sit well within a cohort that we put together.
We see them as this glowing hub of possibility, and we're just trying to grab nodes to connect them as much as possible so that they can keep expanding their bubble.
The experience so far being a part of this year's cohort has been amazing. Honestly, it's been more than I thought it would be. They bring together industry leaders, research, finance, program admin, all these different folks, to the table.
When we select our cohort companies, we're able to immediately sit down with them. And part of that is actually a collaborative dialogue where they tell us kind of specific problems that they need help with, and we help them come up with a strategy to address them. We quickly connect them with some coaches who can specifically address some of the issues. We give them a small financial grant or contribution. We try to really give them a seat at the table to bring what we see as an exciting and important intervention and put them in conversation with folks who are working in policy and are working in practice in places like Washington, D.C.
Having our coach be somebody who helped set up and design energy efficiency programs under the Obama administration is sort of invaluable already. We've incorporated his suggestions, and it's made a huge difference to our revenue. I feel like we will be working a lot harder on some of these things still if we hadn't been in the accelerator.
We have benefited tremendously from their involvement, and they are providing not only the financial pathways, but the lessons and the mentors to allow founders like myself to learn from their lessons and their mistakes and ensure that we have a pathway towards scaling our solution.
I remember we left the first retreat feeling very inspired, and I think it was also very validating because housing is not a simple issue.
We've really felt supported and are so excited to cheer other companies on and see everyone succeed.
The intangible is those things together and what they create, which is like a true community power system of housing innovation and the possibility to not only expand your work, but to change the way that a community at large, really the nation at large, is thinking about housing innovation.
As we look back on our alumni companies, what we see is success that actually exceeds what we had expected when we started. So we're seeing companies that are growing faster, raising more funding, whether philanthropic or venture, that are moving into new geographies and new places. I mean, a lot of the reason why we need an accelerator program like the Housing Venture Lab is because our housing system today is really broken. It's not working for many, many Americans. So we are inviting big, bold ideas, but insisting that we also bring with that a critical eye, that we bring research, that we bring data, that we bring evidence forward.
We also have the world that needs to understand the importance of housing. And in some ways, our companies are the best way to do that, because in that currency of hope, in the power of what they do, people can connect that to the truth and the power of what housing can do for human life.